Hello, hello, hello. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Tell me where you're streaming in from. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Yay! Woo! Okay, do not deny yourself the joy, the fulfillment, the pleasure too of living profitably in your purpose. People can live in their purpose, doing it for free everywhere and anywhere, and still be broke and still never actually feel the two-part joy of knowing that you are living in your purpose, but you're also doing it as your career. Oh my gosh, as your career. That you don't have to spend most of your day, because most of us spend most of our time, 8 hours usually at least, in a career, okay, in some kind of job, doing something that you may or may not love. Most parts, if you're not living in your purpose, the chances are you do not love it. Do not deny yourself the joy, the deep internal joy of knowing that you are on purpose and you are getting paid to do it. And you're getting paid to do it. Now, I just remember when I was going through a particularly hard season of growing my business. And it almost felt as if all hope was lost. And I remember getting on the call with a client at that time, a paying client at that point. And the internal, oh, I'm doing what I'm here to do. It kind of shifted, it brought me back onto path. Well, I mean, I wasn't going to leave path really, but there was just something about that feeling inside of me. This is what I'm meant for. This is what I choose for my life. It was just exhilarating to be outpouring the wisdom that I had gathered over the years. But before I carry on, let's start by singing our affirmation. I am the one that wins. I will not be swayed. I am the one that wins. I am the one that wins. I will not be swayed. I always win. I am the one that wins. I want you to, well, I'm going to sing it to you a few different times. And I really want you to take it on board and actually start affirming it to yourself today, tomorrow, whenever. I am the one that wins. I will not be swayed. I always win, because you know it's true. It may not always come in exactly the amount of time that you expect it to come, but you always win if you stick with things. So you choosing to coach, to heal, to transform other people's lives with the wisdom inside of you, because we all need that outlet. Some of y'all, you're feeling so overwhelmed and stressed out with life because you are blocked up with all this wisdom and knowledge and skill that is wanting an outlet into the world. You know you're meant to do this work, and yet you are staying stuck in a career, a job, or whatever that you do not love, telling yourself that you have no choice. Do not deny yourself the joy of living profitably in your purpose. Let's sing this affirmation. I am the one that wins. I am the one that wins. I am the one that wins. I will not be swayed. I always win. I am the one that wins. I am the one that wins. I am the one that wins. I will not be swayed. I always win. I will not be swayed. I always win. And again, I am the one that wins. Oh, I am the one that wins. I am the one that wins. I will not be swayed. I always win. And I want you to sing that over and over and over and over to yourself, because sometimes, yes, the doubt, the fear makes you believe that there's somehow, some way that you can fail at being yourself, and it's not true. Yeah, and it's not true, okay? You are the one that wins if you choose to win. You're already winning at something. The question is, are you denying yourself the joy, the deep inner peace that comes from you living in your purpose and doing it profitably, so that you can actually use a big chunk of your day to do what you're called, born, meant to do, rather than relegating it to a few hours here, there, and everywhere that you can kind of sprinkle in around whatever else it is that you're doing. There is a way for you to live profitably in your purpose. And if you've been listening to my live streams and you got the book, have you got the book, the 6-Figure Spiritual Business book? Ooh, spitting everywhere now. If you've got the book, it's giving you a strategy exactly what to do to live profitably in your purpose. There is no more excuses. There's no more time to waste in the wrong life for you. Come on now. There is such a peace. It's almost a relief. As I was saying about when I was having that really horrible day and I felt so clogged up inside, and then I started outpouring into my client's life. And it was like I'd taken the cork off, and all the pressure of holding on to what I was meant to be giving out started to pour out of me. Now, my source is always the divine. So is yours, okay? And yet, the divine pours into me. I get to pour out. When I don't, I feel clogged up. I feel yuck inside. You feel it too, but you may not know that that's why you feel so overwhelmed, why your body, I'm sure there's some kind of, it's one of those extra books of the Bible that Christians, real Christians do not acknowledge. But there's some book in the Bible that says, if you do not, I can't remember the verse, I can't remember the quote, something about Jesus saying, if you don't give out what you're supposed to be giving out, it will kill you. Literally, that is what will happen. That is what is happening to some of your bodies that are like breaking down because you have held on to what you were supposed to be outpouring. And you're telling yourself a story as to why you can't outpour it or why you have to delay a bit longer. Enough with the delaying. In some ways, I don't want to speak to you guys that are still delaying. I want to speak to you guys that are ready now to move forward. And maybe there's still a little bit of cobwebs and craziness in your brain. Honey, there is a peace that comes from you living in your purpose that you cannot get in any other way. There is a relief that you are finally doing what you are here and meant to do. And you deserve to experience that. You deserve to experience that. Do not deny yourself the joy of living profitably in your purpose, living in your purpose and making at least 6 figures whilst doing so. It is available to you. It is available to you if you choose it. Listen, perfection is not required. Perfection is not required. So if you're waiting on for some moment when all the areas of your life are perfect, so then you'll be free to do it, it will never happen. The way you're going to get to that kind of perfection is by living in your purpose and doing it profitably, because of course you need to eat, okay? So you know that yes, you're going to live in your purpose and you could do that for free, but building a business around it where you get to transform lives every day, you don't need to be perfect for this to happen. Your life doesn't need to be perfect for this to happen. I've helped clients in the middle of very busy lives start carving out little bits of time that they then build businesses around. And then as the money in that starts taking off, you can start reducing the stuff that you're doing that you do not want to do. There's no sudden leaps required. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be the best person. It's like, I would find it very fascinating that we would go to doctors about trying to lose weight or something, and the doctor that you're even speaking to is suffering from the same thing you're talking about, and yet you trust him because he has a white jacket on and he went to college for God knows how long, but you won't trust yourself to know what is best for you. I know he's had some of the knowledge, but so that maybe that's not the best analogy here, but what I am trying to say to you, if you're waiting until you are perfect before you allow yourself to transform lives and get paid for it, because some of y'all are already transforming lives in the context of your community center or your religious organization or whatever, but you don't dare take those skills, those very lucrative skills, and turn them into something that would actually fund your life and extra, give you surplus, give you abundance. Financial abundance is available, particularly when you're living the right life for you, living in your purpose. It's available. If you put a strategy in place, it's available. But then you're waiting for things to be perfect first. No, you start now in the middle of the chaos, because some of the chaos is the result of you not living in your purpose. So you're waiting until the chaos is resolved, so then you can live in your purpose and get paid for it. But it will never happen, because the only way that's going to happen is if you start right now in the chaos. Okay? You do not have to be the most perfect person at the thing you want to help people at. One step ahead is enough. One freaking step ahead is enough. Stop fighting yourself to stay stuck in the wrong life. Do not deny yourself the joy of living in your purpose profitably. You are the one that wins. You are the one that wins. I want you to affirm that and affirm that and affirm that. I am the one that wins. Affirm it to yourself. I am the one that wins. I am the one that wins. I will not be swayed. I always win. You do always win. I said this before, but you are the person that always wins. You are that person that when you get your mind set on something, you refuse to take no for an answer. And yet, when it comes to living your purpose, you cave too easily. So stop with the caving. Perfection is not required. Your life doesn't need to be perfect in order for you to actually help other people transform their lives. Your life doesn't need to be perfect in order for you to start your business. Because if you're waiting for that to happen, it will never happen, because actually the reason why the chaos is in your life is because you're not living in your purpose. I said this, but I'm saying it again so you hear me. You hear me. You're thinking that you need to wait until things are perfect, your bank balance is full, and blah, blah, blah. The only way you're going to get there is by living in your purpose. So every day you deny yourself the pleasure and the joy of living in your purpose, of transforming lives and getting paid to do it. When you know in your heart of heart that that's what you long to do, every day you deny yourself that is another day that you're closer to the grave, and it's never, time is the only thing you cannot replace. Do you get that? Money can be replaced. Time cannot. It cannot. Okay? So don't keep waiting for some perfect moment. Oh, I'll just wait until after the summer. I'll wait for this. I'll wait for the other. How long have you been saying that to yourself? And I understand that maybe you've made mistakes in the past and you tried something and then you quit. The key here is that you quit. Not that it wouldn't have worked if you stayed the course. It's that you quit before it could work. And I understand how tense it could sometimes get, because that's what I started is telling the story of how tense I was feeling in the process of growing my business a little while ago. And that tension can sometimes feel like, this is never going to work. What the frick am I doing? And so at that point, this is where most people quit. But you are the one that wins. And I tell you this, the ones that win, they go past that point. Even when it looks like the physical reality will never shift. It will never shift in your favor. It's looking like that. But isn't that what faith is about? Would it be faith if everything looked as if it was all going to work and you happily just came along and did it? That's not faith. Anyone could do that. But that's why most people don't do this. Because faith demands that you do it even when it feels impossible, when it looks impossible. But then you realize this. The divine is your secret source. You realize this as well. And this is something I teach my clients all the time. And if you get the book, you'll get a series of videos from me. And I explain this to you, that you create your life from the inside. I know most of us know this kind of, but do you really understand what that means? That means that the outside, your physical reality, could be looking like hell. But you have decided already within you what is now to come, what is now to be in your life. You have seen the vision of it within you. That is a real thing, because you are a divine being having a human experience. The physical reality bit actually is the last to fade away, but it's already in the process of fading away. That's the thing. But because you're looking at it and thinking that that must mean something, you're looking at, oh, the clients are not coming. Oh, nobody wants this. The marketplace is full. Nobody has extra money. Blah, blah, blah. And you're using that physical reality to determine what you do. You're not creating the vision inside of you first. We create from within. You see the picture of it within yourself. You are one with the divine. The divine speaks it into being. So do you. So as you speak something into being, as you write it down, as you see it in your imagination, in your heart, it is a seed, a real thing that you have planted. And the physical reality must reflect that, given enough time. But if you start trying to live from the physical reality, which is what most people do. But come on, we are spiritual people. We know we're divine beings first, right? Right? That even when this body is gone from us, that doesn't mean that we are gone. Come on. So we build from within. You need to know and be connected to your source, to the divine. Whatever you call your higher power, connect and stay connected. See the picture inside of you first. Remind yourself, I am the one that wins. I am one with the divine. I am the one that wins. I am the one that wins. And fully expect that the physical reality must shift to reflect what you have seen within you, what you have already created within you. There are two parts to everything. The unseen part that you create first. Everything is created. It's like these headphones even that are, the headphones. Somebody created the picture in their mind first. And then they kept focusing on it. It didn't matter that the physical reality didn't have exactly what they wanted in the physical reality yet. What mattered was what they had created. They could see it. I want these headphones that will do this, that will do that. They will look like this, and they will be able to do that. And they focused, and then they created, and the physical reality had to move, to shift. And then next thing you know, there are headphones that we're all buying and using and blah, blah, blah. But it started within someone. Just like your business, your 6-figure or more business will start within you. And you hold the vision for it. You realize I am one with the divine. This divine love energizes my vision, and the physical reality must move and reflect what I've already created within me. The divine is your secret source for real. Stop allowing the outside world to cause you to waver. You are the one that wins. You are the one that wins. You will not be swayed. You always win because you do. Because you do. You have power. You have the authority to create the life that you have set your mind to. So do not deny yourself. Do not deny yourself the joy of living in your purpose, thinking that in some way it is the divine's fault, that you're not to be able to do it, or that it's people around you. Honey, you are the way shower. Which brings me to my next point. You are the way shower. The people around you do not get what your vision is. They don't get even why, because for some of y'all, your life is good enough. It's like, why are you trying to do this? Why can't you just be settled? Why can't you just be happy with what you have? Why are you so greedy? Why do you want more? Why can't you? That's what people will say to you. And even your loved ones will not fully understand why this is so important to you. But you're the only one that's living in your own shoes. And you're the only one that feels that emptiness, that stuffedness of knowing that you are not outpouring what is inside of you to outpour. That low-level sadness every single day as you wake up and do work that you know you're not meant to be doing, and there's no end in sight to it because you are not creating anything to change things, or you tried a bit, but you're because you got overwhelmed by stress and is it going to work? You kind of stopped. No one can see your heart the way you do. And also understand this, you are a way shower. So if you're waiting for the people around you to fully understand your vision before you show them the way, of course it's not going to work. You're the way shower. Expect to be alone sometimes. Expect to be alone a lot of the time because people don't understand what you're doing or why you're doing it. They will enjoy the result when it comes through, but whilst you're doing it, they won't get it. And especially if it's taking longer than you thought it was going to take. Oh my goodness. You know how hard it is for you to stay on track. How much more somebody who's just kind of watching from the outside looking at you? How can they understand? You are the way shower. You are the one that has to win and then show them how to win too. Some will come, some will still never come because they will have seen you go through that journey and think, I'm never going to do that, basically. And then they'll settle into a life that they do not want. That's up to them. Yours is not to keep waiting for people to come along with you. You are the way shower. It will feel more difficult for you because you're the only one doing it, and all around you can't understand why you're doing it. All around you are possibly trying to drag you back. Have you heard of that Mexican crab effect? Everybody's trying to drag you back into the bucket to be killed. Don't join them. Show them, no, we can go, we can move out of here. You are the way shower. So be prepared to be misunderstood. But don't let that allow you to deny yourself the pleasure of living profitably in your purpose. Okay? Okay? It's time to stop waiting. It's time to start now. But I will assure you of this. I think it was Jesus that said, there will be trials and tribulations. And there's some other person that said the only thing sure in life is, well, death and taxes, but actually, I'd say the one thing sure in life is that the physical reality will change. And sometimes it will change in such a way that it scares the living daylights out of you. And you will, if you are not recognizing that your true source is the divine, and you're trying to get your energy from the physical reality, then yes, you will quit. But you don't have to do that. We're spiritual people. We can lean into the divine and recognize just how loved and embraced we are, and let that be our sure thing, our rock, our foundation that we build a life upon. Okay? But you're going to have to fight though, because you've lived probably, if you're listening to me right now, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years being swayed by the physical reality. So it is going to take some doing for you to stay on course. The actual work of communicating, capturing, and closing every single day is not that difficult to do. It's not that difficult to do. But what is difficult is the convincing yourself. It's almost the fighting with yourself without fighting with yourself, because you don't want to be in a war with yourself all the time. You do need to love yourself regardless of what mistakes or non-mistakes you make. But there is still a fight to live the life that you are meant for. It will feel like death sometimes. It will feel like you're walking through the valley of the shadow of the death of death sometimes. And yet you are the one that wins. You are the one that wins. I am the one that wins. Affirm it with me. I am the one that wins. I will not be swayed. I always win. There will almost always be some reason why you cannot do it. Oh, the amount of excuses I've heard from people in this journey. The number of excuses I've heard from people. And all I feel is just pity. Because the life they want is so available. So available. But it does take resilience to stay the course and bring it to life. The truth is, you have that. You do have it. You've demonstrated it in other areas of your life. But this one, it will feel, because it's like the final frontier for you, finally allowing yourself to be yourself, regardless of what the world has told you to be. When you spend all those years being trained and programmed to be everything other than yourself and to be all things to all people, it is really difficult for you to finally get on your narrow pathway and stay there. But you can, because all it takes is, I'm staying on this path until I win. And then daily doing what you know you need to do until you win. In some ways, it's simple. It's when you overthink it that it gets complicated. The fight is for you to stay on your path until you win. And you are the one that wins. How many times can I say this to you? Because your success is inevitable. You are the one that wins. You are one with the divine. You always win. But you have to hold your ground. You cannot be swayed anymore by the physical reality. It's time for you to rise up and do the work you know you're meant to do. You want to change people's lives. You have something inside of you that can help them. And it's killing you not to do it. So do it. Do it strategically and do it. Do it now. Stop waiting. How many more years must go by before you finally realize that life isn't going to just suddenly make way for you? You make way in life. Life is supporting you, but you have to demand what you want out of it. You can't just... I spoke to someone this afternoon, actually, who was being all like that. I was like, honey, I cannot work with you. You're a bit too wimpy. I was very blunt. I am very blunt when I'm on the phone with people, I must admit. It's like, yeah, no, you're not in the place right now for me to work with you because you're still a bit wishy-washy, ultimately. And there's a lot of wishy-washy spiritual people. Enough with the wishy-washiness. We know we are one with the divine. We know we carry the authority and power of the divine within us. How dare you be wishy-washy? Wake up and live the life you're meant for. The divine seeks expression through you, which is why you feel so clogged up and pressurized inside when you're trying to live the wrong life. You're trying to settle into the financial restriction and unfulfillment. Of course you feel horrible. So wake up. Live the life you're meant for. I can show you how. Start with my book, the 6-Figure Spiritual Business Book. It gives you step by step exactly what to do to grow your business to 6 figures by this time next year. Your coaching, your healing, your course creator, your spiritual teaching, which ultimately is you're going to be coaching people and helping them heal and all of that, basically, and guiding and all that. The book takes you through exactly what to do. So I don't care, even if you've been in business and you've been working this thing and it hasn't worked for you, I promise you it's because you're being wishy-washy in some area or the other. You can't see it, but you are doing it. Do not deny yourself the joy, the peace, the pleasure of living profitably in your purpose. It's available to you. Are you available for it? Get the book. The link is around this video, or the link is in my bio, depending on where you're listening to this. Get the freaking book. It's time. It's time for you to live profitably in your purpose. You've known this for a while. You've been asking for assistance and guidance, and you're here right now listening. This is why. It's time. It's time. It's time. It's time. It's time. It is time. Are you ready, my loves? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay. I'm going to bring this to a close and sing the affirmation one last time. Okay. Here we go. Woo! One last time. I am the one that wins. Affirm it with me. I am the one that wins. I am the one that wins. I will not be swayed. I always win. Again, we're going to go up one key here. Woo! I am the one that wins. I am the one that wins. I am the one that wins. I will not be swayed. I always win. I am the one that wins. I am the one that wins. I am the one that wins. I will not be swayed. I always win. I will not be swayed. I always win. I will not be swayed. I always win. Okay, so go get yourself a copy of the 6-Figure Spiritual Business Book. Start winning at living profitably in your purpose. It is time. It is your time. It is your time. It is your time. There is no more time to waste in a financially restricted and unfulfilled life. It is time. Rise up. Much amazing love. Until the next time. Bye.